Welcome back to the C Space Studio here at CES 2024. I am James Kotecki, and we are so excited to welcome back a returning guest after maybe a couple of years off, but we're always excited to talk to you again.
James.
From Samsung Ads, Michael Scott, you are the Vice President of Sales and Ad Operations North America. Welcome back.
Thanks, James. It's great to be here and great to see you again, and great to be in person here in Las Vegas.
That's part of the magic of CES.
It really is.
Seeing folks every year. So we have had many great conversations with you and others at Samsung Ads over the years, but can you just recontextualize for us here at the beginning of 2024 the scope and the nature of Samsung Ads?
Sure. Delighted to do this. So Samsung Ads is the advertising platform for Samsung across all of our devices. So we're most noted for our connected television, and obviously it's a very big topic these days, but we're also across mobile, and we're getting into some other areas in the future, including digital out-of-home and elsewhere. Across the globe, Samsung is the #1 device manufacturer. So, in the United States, 3 out of 4 homes have at least one Samsung device, whether that be a tablet, a phone, or one of our beautiful televisions.
And do you make refrigerators as well?
We do make refrigerators. Okay. We have refrigerators at the Family Hub that actually have a panel in them, a TV in them.
So the ads could be on them as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, but that kind of counts as a TV in that sense.
Yeah, I guess it does. Okay. Yeah, I guess it does. But they're fantastic.
We don't want to leave anybody out.
No, definitely not.
And so what are you talking about here at CES 2024? What's on your mind?
Yeah, so obviously connected television continues to be an absolute powerhouse. What we're really excited about is a few different things. First off is Samsung TV Plus. So Samsung TV Plus is our free ad-supported service. It comes with every Samsung television you buy. All you need is an internet connection and away you go. In the United States, there's over 250 channels across a variety of genres, from cooking to sports to entertainment. We have great partnerships with a variety of programmers as well.
And is this a linear experience for me, or am I choosing shows?
It's both. Okay. It's both. The majority of the content we do provide is in a linear experience, but we are increasing our VOD footprint and our VOD library. Yeah. Seeing great engagement with that. We recently just relaunched the UI, so discoverability and kind of the presentation of the content in the service is remarkably better, and we've seen engagement just go off the charts with it. Yeah.
And is the strategy there to kind of collect really good content and package it, or do you do any original content yourself?
We produce original content in conjunction with other production companies, but it tends to be content that we repackage for the service. So we have, I think, 25 channels that are owned and operated by Samsung. One of them, give you an indication, is Hell's Kitchen. So it's called Kitchen Nightmares, and it's fantastic.
This is the Gordon Ramsay show?
Gordon Ramsay show, yeah. His restaurant's down the street here. There's one there. There's one
hopefully it won't be a Hell's Kitchen type experience when you visit his restaurant here in Vegas. So obviously connected TV is huge. Are there other kind of advertising trends that you're looking at closely?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's the one thing that's I'm increasingly hearing from advertisers and from marketers, and I actually just came from a meeting, is how can Samsung help us kind of compress the funnel, right? You're great for massive reach. I mean, we have televisions that are 4 million televisions and 45 million homes in the United States. So we do reach, we do incremental reach, competitive conquest, we do all the reach top of the funnel. But we're now really starting to get more involved in performance solutions. So we're now able to use machine learning to build smart audiences that are driven on specific outcomes. So we're able to not only tie that reach, but also perform around performance outcomes as well.
An outcome being they buy the product?
Go to the website, buy the product. Yeah, so we are on the process to a more engaging, shoppable future. But we have started working with some partners on providing shoppable and commerce, which is the other part. But all really about kind of compressing that sales funnel for the advertisers.
Let's talk about streaming a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, obviously that's happening on your devices
all
over the place. Any specific kind of unique takes on streaming when it comes from your perspective as the advertising platform of this device manufacturer?
Well, again, going back to Samsung TV Plus, I think one of the interesting things that you're seeing is with our engagement just going through the roof, it fills a really nice niche for our consumers. Right now what we're seeing is, especially with a lot of the apps, subscription apps, right? The SVOD, even some now that are hybrid that are taking on advertising. There's just kind of subscription fatigue, and there's only so many apps that one household can buy. And so they get to kind of their favorite collection and across whatever matters to them. And then where they really start to use Samsung TV Plus is to think about, what they might have used, a cable subscription for, 10 or 15 years ago. So it provides them weather and news, ABC News, CBS News, NBC and the like. So.
And is that an interesting position? Because just taking a step back, so we're here in the C Space Studio, we think about brands writ large. It's kind of an interesting position to be in, because if you went back, I don't know, 10, 20 years and said to Samsung, like, these are the businesses that you're going to be in the future because of what the technology is going to allow, you're going to effectively not just be selling the box, but you're going to kind of be the cable company too. I think that would be maybe a kind of a fantastical notion to folks if they heard that. So it's an interesting position from the brand. Does the brand have to, have you seen the brand evolve in that way? Are there mindset shifts that happen inside the company as you kind of take on these other responsibilities?
Absolutely. I mean, at its core, the division that we work in is a hardware company, right? But they've been on this journey for more than 10 years, realizing that that providing software and service, right, providing these assets to consumers was really a differentiator in the market. And now where I think where you start to see it, and if you went over to the show you'd see it, is you're starting to see it start to evolve even more into kind of lifestyle, integrating what we have with smart things, doorbell cameras, your air purifier, all sorts of different things, making that device, that television, as critical and as important to a household as just watching it is for entertainment.
Yeah, and I assume that, I mean, maybe this isn't the part of your day-to-day work, but I assume largely it's also, I would hope it's about making it easier to use for folks, because as we talk about subscription fatigue, there could be a kind of device screen fatigue. There's certainly maybe remote fatigue. I don't know if I'm just coining terms, but I think we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, and I think, and I think there's frustration at times around content discovery. And we're making significant investments in content discovery. And not just content discovery on Samsung TV Plus, which we introduced with our new UI back in user interface back in October, but also across all our partner apps, and we have great engagement from our partners to be able to provide the metadata that we need, that we're able to surface then up to the viewers so they can get as quick into the entertainment as possible. No one wants to scroll through a bunch of titles trying to find what they want.
Are you using Gen AI to think about creating ads, displaying ads, choosing ads?
Well, it's funny. Gen AI obviously is a huge topic here. It's been a fantastic 12, 13 months since since ChatGPT launched. We've been doing machine learning for a very long time. So this is, I don't want to say old hat to us, but you look at all of our voice enabled with Bixby. That's all built off of machine learning. You look at our ability to upscale the picture quality in any of our televisions. That's all machine learning. So we have the ability to take those assets and those teams that are around the world. And don't forget, you need a lot of chips for this, right? And one of the things is chips. So and our semiconductor, we have one of the largest repositories of these semiconductors. We're able to take those assets and bring them to the advertising world for the benefit of things like I mentioned, predictive outcomes, where we can start marrying media exposure with your intended outcome, whether it's a website visitation, store visitation, some sort of commerce, something like that.
Yeah. I want to talk about, because you make devices of so many different sizes, screens of so many different sizes, do you see different psychological impacts or different kinds of messaging that works better on different sized screens, maybe because of the intimacy of the phone versus it's huge and it's in your face because it's a screen in your living room? How does that play out? Yeah,
I mean, I think we want to partner with our agency partners on trying to help understand that, right? So the role we would play in that is really help them potentially with creative testing, A/B testing. One thing that we did introduce this year is around dynamic creative optimization, DCO. It's another three-letter acronym in our business. But it's really about trying to send the right message to the right person at the right time, in the right environment, in the right screen, right? So I think us having
that, you'll win.
Yeah, well, definitely, and I think it's part of our partnership with our advertisers and our agencies is be able to provide that insight and that data so that they can that message. Remember, we're not just selling ads, but we're also responsible for a really elegant and impactful consumer experience, right? And that's something that you have at Samsung that kind of starts first, is we start first with the consumer, and we want to make sure that experience is an absolute delight for them.
So you're a very experienced guest here in the C Space
Yes,
Studio.
I love it here.
And
I should get my own picture here.
You should get your picture on. We should have pictures on the wall.
That'd be good.
Of our favorite guests. I want to give you an opportunity to pose a question to maybe the people that I'll be talking to after you. Is there a question that you would like to ask either your industry peers or people that are here at CES or C Space that I should pose to others in the C Space Studio?
Boy, that is a great.
Turn the tables.
Yeah, turn the tables. I like that. You know, I still think that there's a lot of work that we need to do as an industry around collaboration. We recently joined the JIC. We're the first OEM television maker to join the Joint Industry Committee, which is responsible for trying to identify how we're going to measure all of this. How are we going to try and address the pain point for marketers, which is holistic measurement. So I'm super excited about that. So the question is like, how are we going to get together? How are we going to help marketers to really leverage this new ecosystem? Because every day it continues, more and more viewers and come over to connected television and Samsung televisions, thankfully, as their main source of entertainment programming. So.
Well, Michael Scott, Samsung Ads,
thank
you so much for talking once again with us in the C Space Studio, and we hope you come back again.
James, it's been good seeing you. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for watching us here in the C Space Studio at CES 2024. I am James Kotecki, and we are live, and we'll be live all day tomorrow, Wednesday, January 10th, with many more of these conversations. So wherever you're watching us live right now, whether it's on YouTube or Twitter, which is now known as X, or LinkedIn or Facebook, any of those CES social channels should work out great. Wherever you're watching us right now, just come back tomorrow for more great conversations with media, marketing, branding, advertising, thought leaders of all kinds. I can't wait to come back and see you again. I'm James Kotecki. We'll see you soon.